Family, school is in session.
And teachers are talking.
Join us as we love to entertain, enlighten, and inform you of the exciting things
that make teachers talk.
Let's have a conversation
about teaching practices and loving those pumpkins.
That sounds good. We can talk about anything.
Don't forget,
we encourage you to listen
when a teacher talks.
Good evening, Michelle. It is Teacher Talk Thursday. We want to thank the Bermuda Union of Teachers, founded in 1919 by Reverend Rufus Stovall, Miss Adele Tucker, Miss Edith Crawford, and Miss Matilda Crawford,
for sponsoring this hour in which we love to entertain, enlighten, and inform you of all the things that make teachers talk.
That's right. We are now here on Facebook Live. We are excited. Family, school is in Zoom session.
And teachers are talking.
That's right. They are definitely talking. We are talking live on Facebook. Principal Swan is here with us. How are you, Principal Swan?
I'm doing well, Mr. Fogo. How are you doing?
I am doing great. You know, I
awesome.
Still get nervous, and I don't know why. I thoroughly enjoy this, but I get nervous. Someone was like, "You're still nervous?" Yes.
You're so phenomenal. You and Michelle, you're both phenomenal in this program, this international program. I'm so excited.
Yes, it is
Thank
exciting.
you very much. I appreciate it.
That's right. Thank you for tuning in live on Facebook, everyone. Those of you who see the repeat on YouTube, this is Teacher Appreciation Week. We have with us this week our awesome principals. We have the principal of Clearwater Middle School at the present moment. I'm going to get my, see, I'm still learning this Facebook thing. I'm clicking on the wrong button. I am looking for, how? Because I have so many screens open, Michelle, because I have I know I'm telling everyone all my secrets in it. So let me see if I can get that.
Principal Swan, how are you making out in this whole COVID-19 pandemic? How are you making out?
You know what? We're doing the best that we can for children. The best for me is that I have the best team ever. So having good teachers dedicated to students makes a difference, right? But it's a new norm for all of us. So it's a learning curve for all of us. It's this continual space of, you know, trying to figure it out. And so, but we're plugging along and we're making it work.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Doing good.
Excellent.
Good, great.
I am going to make it work right now. We are going to continue showing our schools as the principals come on their productions. They're missing their students. They're putting it all on film. They're welcoming people in their homes. This right here is Clearwater Middle School.
It's been a long
Hey guys, oh my goodness, it's been almost 2 months since we've been together. I know you miss me, and I miss you guys a lot too. Hopefully we'll be together soon. Stay safe, stay strong, and behave yourselves. We'll see you soon.
What's up, Clearwater? A carpe diem to M1, M2, and M3. And that goes for whether you're on Yellow House or Blue House. I miss you, and I can't wait to see you.
Hi, Clearwater students and families. Carpe diem. Seize the day. I hope that you are staying safe. I hope that you are washing your hands. I hope that you are having a good time with your family. I hope that you are having a lot of fun. The most important thing, though, is that we miss you at Clearwater. Have a great day.
Heights of great men, reached and kept, were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward in the night. The Blue House represented.
Bonjour! Students, during this quarantine period, please continue to be the caring and supportive individuals that you are. But more importantly, stay safe.
We miss you. We want you to be safe out there. We
Remember, you can soar like an eagle with outstretched wings because you are powerful beyond measure.
Morning, Clearwater Middle School students. Just remember, to everything there is a season. This too shall pass. Looking forward to seeing you when we return. Bye.
Everyone, I miss you all so much. I hope you're staying safe and staying healthy. Take this time to learn something new and amazing that really inspires you. I'll see you soon. Can't wait.
When we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We want to say, hope you have a great day, even though right now things aren't the same. This will soon be coming to an end, and you'll be back chilling with your friends. So have faith, you know love is all we need. We are children. We are good. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. So here is the plan. You can no longer shake my hand. It's designed so that we can be fit and germ-free. It is a little hardcore beat, but we see that the curve will bend. And so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We are the one to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. Yeah, so we make a better day, just you and me. When you're down and out, and there seems no hope at all. But if you just believe, we start where we can fall. Well, I just realized all that change can come when we stand together as one. This is our school. We are the children. We are the one who makes a better day. So let's start giving.
I am busy, Mary, Aiden, but fun. We miss you. You are awesome because you are awesome. Continue to do your very best. Blessings, Miss Aiken.
This is our school, and this is our land. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so don't stop fighting. This is our school, and this is our land. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so don't stop fighting.
Students, when times are hard, look to God. Pray for guidance and strength.
It's true, we make a
Clearwater Middle
Awesome.
School.
Gives me
produced.
chills every time I see it.
Yes, I don't know if people recognize the music was arranged by Mr. Mbetamosi, Dr. John Duncan, and Shakobi Bearston were in there. So that is so exciting. So exciting. It is interesting with this Facebook. I have to make sure I click it off. So how are you today, Principal Swan? In our closing moments, we have principals lined up. 6 feet apart, hopefully, 6 feet apart.
But I just want to say real quickly, happy appreciation Teacher Week for especially the best school in the East, Clearwater Middle School. Whoop, whoop. Shout out to them. I also want to shout out to all of the teachers in Bermuda. You've been working hard. You've been pressing on with these difficult times, and we appreciate you and your dedication to students. And then I want to say happy teacher appreciation to all of our teacher friends around the world, because this is an international program. Yes. And so I just want to say thank you, teachers, because you matter. You make the difference. Have a good one, all. See you soon. Thank you, Ms. Berger, Ms. LatinAutor, for inviting me on.
No problem.
Be
Take
safe.
care. I guess I could say Carpe Diem.
Carpe Diem, Soaring Eagles. Woohoo!
That's right. Excellent. So let's go into our next, Michelle, into our next school. I see Mrs. Cheeseman is there. This is Gilbert Institute.
Hello, Gilbert family. I want to take a moment to let you know that we are thinking of you, and we are looking forward to seeing you all soon. But until then, we encourage you to stay positive. Don't forget to read, eat healthy, and find time to exercise. Stay home, stay safe, and remember, it will get better.
Come on, everybody, put your hands together. It's got to get better. All over the world. Listen to these words. People come. People go. Your life has been out of control. You're confused. But don't worry. Your soul, it will get better. It's gotta get better. It will get better. It's gonna be better. It will get better. 'Cause God is in control, y'all. Hey. Thank you, Lord. Hey. Find the praise within your heart. Hold it close. Don't ever depart. It gets cold in the night, but you'll be alright. Gonna get better. It's gonna get better. It will get better. Gotta get better. It will get better. 'Cause God is in control. This is the part I love. I find myself in
Cheeseman. Gilbert Institute. It is going to get better. How are you this evening? Did I think I may have muted Miss Cheeseman, or I think we've lost her.
No, it says 3 people are in, so she has to be one of them.
Yes, she did say she was having issues with her mic and thing. I don't see any action there, but we have standing by or in the, maybe I have pushed her in the waiting room. But yeah, she's gonna sign back on. Yes, Gilbert Institute. So how are you, Michelle?
I'm good. I had to cut a lesson short this afternoon due to the thunderstorm.
Yes, that was something else, right? I know I had issues earlier tonight with the camera, with the sound, and every time it rains, I guess there is something going on, and it's very difficult. But it is so great to have Teacher Appreciation Week. People have called in, you hear me? Called me on WhatsApp. They are excited. They want to give a shout out to their teachers. How are you, Miss Cheeseman?
Good afternoon. How are you?
Doing wonderful.
Good afternoon, Miss Layla. How are you?
Hi, Miss Cheeseman. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you guys. You look nice and relaxed.
Right.
I try my best.
And I need to try to relax. I'm gonna try tonight. Okay. So how are you this evening, Miss Cheeseman? Pardon?
I said because you know I can hear you.
Oh, right. You can hear me. You probably hear me out my window. Miss Cheeseman is my neighbor. So go ahead, Miss Cheeseman. You said you wanted to give a shout out. It's Teacher Appreciation Week.
Yes, thank you for allowing me to come on. First of all, happy Appreciation Week to all teachers across the island and the world, but a special happy Appreciation Week and shout out to the Gilbert Institute staff. I would like to say thank you for, as you can see by the video, they are a talented bunch.
Yes.
They are a dedicated bunch. We tend to work together, and I'm so appreciative of the support that they have given me in this acting capacity that I am in. They just show up every day. We work together as a team. And, you know, I do tell them every now and then that I appreciate them, but in this forum and in the public, I just want to let them know publicly that Gilbert Institute staff, they rock, and I appreciate all of their work.
Excellent. Yes, it's a lot of work going into it. Awesome. So how are you making out? You know, we have a lot of things where we want to ensure that the students' well-being is okay, the teachers' well-being okay. How are you making out in the acting position? I know I've been in the acting position before, and I know the challenges. So how are you making out as acting principal? That's the leading role.
Yes, it's different from being the deputy principal. But you know, like I said, I've been supported by my staff, and they have definitely made it easier for me. I didn't say easy, I said easier, because the job itself isn't easy, but it is very rewarding. And I know this is Teacher Appreciation Week, but last week, I think Thursday was Principal Appreciation Day. So I just want to give a shout out to all of my colleagues, because I know I couldn't do it without them. So I truly appreciate the support that they have given me. But as you know, this is about teacher appreciation. So you can tell by the video that Gilbert Institute teachers, they rock. And I'd like to give a shout out to my admin / MTSS team. You know, some schools, all of the team members, it's the same people, you're pulling from the same pool. So I'd like to give a special shout out to them for all of their hard work. Para-educators, you know, we're including them in that bunch. Gilbert Institute has some awesome para-educators, talented and creative, you know, who they're teachers themselves, and they just come in and they support and They just do an awesome job. Classroom teachers, our specialist teachers, my counselor. I'm trying not to miss out on anyone, but from P1 straight up to P6. As everyone knows, we are the school for the deaf and hard of hearing. So shout out to our deaf and hard of hearing teacher. And you notice that we have some sign language in our video. So that was done purposefully. We wanted to stand out, so we knew we had to include some sign language, and we wanted a song that was upbeat. So that song, as soon as we heard it, we just knew that was the song. And last but not least, I don't think he put it in the video. It was our music teacher, Mr. Terry Henry, who actually put the video together. So I'd like to give him a shout out.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Mrs. Cheeseman. And I see you are also doing something for your students. You are doing something for your students. Monthly, you were telling me.
Oh, the birthday video I sent you?
Yes.
Yes, I showed that to you. We tend to celebrate birthdays during our assembly. So a big shout out to my deputy principal, Miss Butterfield. She asked for parents to send pictures. We found what are the birth dates for all of our students, and she created this little birthday message for the students. So we'll probably do that for June if we're out, and if we're out for any longer, we have the rest of the birthdays ready for that as well. So,
excellent.
Okay, can you tell us before you go, can you tell us what a day looks like? Like how you make contact with the students, how do you engage the students? Because many people want to know what does that look like? What does a day look like?
You mean for myself or for
No, with your staff and the students.
Right. So Gilbert is using the Zoom platform, and we're also using Seesaw. Teachers to post assignments on Seesaw, and we have a couple of teachers that are also using Class Dojo. So teachers are recording sessions, and most of our teachers are doing the live sessions. So today I actually sat in and participated in a sign language class. So our
nice.
had sign language this afternoon, I think at 1:30. They were reviewing the letters of the alphabet. I think we did fruit today, and I think emotions. So they're further along than I am. They normally have sign language once a week when school is in session. So we have continued on with the sign language sessions. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Also, hang on, before I go, my PE teacher, he's been posting some videos and sending them out to the parents as well. Pretty cool as well. And then the students will, submit videos to him as well. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I gave a shout out to him.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Mrs. Cheeseman.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome. Take care, guys.
That's right. That is right. And next up, Mrs. Duke, welcome.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mrs. Duke.
Yes.
Hi, Layla. Hi, Megan.
You're at school, I see. All right. These virtual backgrounds are so great. I need to go to Dubai in a second. So we have Mrs. Tina Duke here from Dellwood Middle School. We're going to play their school video. I think I have it up on the screen.
Here we go.
To our cubs, to our Mufasas, our Lionhearts of the pack.
This is probably one of the most interesting times you've ever experienced.
You may be excited that school is out,
afraid of the unknown future,
missing your friends and teachers,
possibly bored,
or enjoying the extra chill time.
We definitely know that you're driving your parents crazy.
But maybe they're driving you there too.
There's no doubt that this historical moment in our lives is a huge adjustment for us all.
Uncertainty guides our days as we don't know what tomorrow will bring.
However, in the midst of this new way of life, there's one thing we're sure of as we get through this pandemic together.
And that is that you're resilient, you're brave,
You are capable.
Adaptable.
you are resourceful.
And because of that, you will be okay. All of us will be, because collectively, we are champions.
You are made of fearless strength, courageous determination. You are fierce.
That's the heart of a lion, the Dellwood lion.
So know that although we are far in distance, you and your family remain close in our thoughts and our hearts.
You know I miss you. We love you.
And we look forward to seeing you back home in the Roaring Lion Den soon.
Happy, healthy, and ready to learn.
So in the meantime, be sure to keep reading up on how our world is changing.
Write a journal on how you're feeling during this time so that you can look back on it years to come.
Enjoy your family and use your social media to learn something new or to teach yourself a new skill. And of course, wash your hands often. Stay safe. We can't wait to welcome you on our return.
Dellwood Middle School is the place to be. At Dellwood Middle School, we are a family.
Give the best, do the best, get the best to build the best. Give your best, do your best, get the best to build the best.
Hey Dow, we guys miss you guys. Keep your head straight, do what you gotta do. And remember, Dellwood strong, always strong.
Only the lions survive.
We are Dellwood Strong, Bermuda Strong.
Oh.
Oh.
You look so tickled, Mrs. Duke.
I was very proud of our video.
It was written all over your face.
Yes. Michelle,
That was very nice.
For a quick second.
That was very nice. So how are you making out with all this, with the COVID virus and the pandemic? How are you making out?
I'm doing okay. Don't make sense complaining, right?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense complaining, but we're making out fine. I'm very proud of my staff, my students, what we're doing with remote learning. So I really can't complain. I miss the children. When I tell you I miss the children, I miss the children.
Yeah, I know that's your heart.
Yes, yes.
So tell us what a day looks like for your staff and the students.
Well, they normally start at about 9 o'clock, their first class. So they have their first class and then they have a break. They have a wellness break and they have their second class and then they have an encore. So they can art or PE or drama or dance. And then there's teacher office hours. So if they're having a problem with something, they can access their teacher. So, and that's just a typical day. They finish, I would say, well, we've had extra classes this week. So they finish around 1. But they always have access to their teachers if they need to. If they need some help with something, definitely get that access.
So just share with us how important a routine is for our students. Because you know how, but
it was touch and go a bit there for the first couple of weeks because was playing field was changing every single day. But now that we have a schedule, I'm seeing some phenomenal things, which is why I was so excited to get on to Teacher Talk. I've been trying to get in touch with Mr. Fogo, wink, wink, forever. Because you know what this week is, right? It's Teacher Appreciation Week.
Yes.
And I have to say this because normally the Dellwood staff look forward to this week because they would have had a day where they got to come in late. They would have had a day where they got to leave early. Their principal would have cooked them lunch on one day.
All right.
We would have had raffles where they could have raffled off cover your duty or just relieving them of something. Students would get involved and we would do raffles and then students would do their tributes and appreciation little notes. So the fact that we're not in school, what do you do for 67 staff members? and I buy them all something, right? So it was like, I was racking my brain. What could I do for my staff to tell them how much I really, really, really appreciate them? I tell people all the time, I'm the principal, right? I don't teach children. I don't teach them. I teach them a lesson, but I don't teach them. You get it? So the teachers that are on the front line, the Dellwood Middle School staff, I want to say this publicly so that everyone, so that the world knows, you are the best. I totally appreciate you, especially during this particular time. You guys you amaze me. I am awed, I am humbled by what you are putting forward, what you are giving to the Dellwood students. I just see some great stuff. I get emotional because people are struggling. Some people are like really struggling. These teachers come on every single day and they give these children 150% every day. And I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of them.
And we are so proud of you, Mrs. Duke. I'm trying to, I see you getting emotional. I'm like, ooh, pull it together, Dee, pull it together.
No, because these are unprecedented times.
Yes.
You know, it's Teacher Appreciation Week, and what they're doing, it's a humbling experience because, guys, we don't know what everyone's dealing with in their houses, right?
That's true.
I know that there are some teachers that are struggling with some stuff, but they come and they give every single day. I'm got teachers that's got small children at home.
Yes.
Somebody please come and get them, but they're still on that computer every single day in a Zoom lesson, giving 100% to somebody else's child. That's humbling. That's phenomenal. That tells you where the heart is. Those are teachers. Those are people that put children first. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Excellent.
And that's important for people to know that, because some people have the misunderstanding that we have time off, and which that is not the case.
Please, we are working low. We have meetings at 7 o'clock. What are you talking about? Like, no, we are working a lot. Remember, this is teachers are having to plan. We have this before. This is a learning curve for every single one. I'm like, I'm a Zoom expert now, but trust me, this was a learning curve for everyone. So just the fact that, listen, we don't finish our day until very, very, very late.
Yes, with your teachers, I know you have an autism class that meets either 7 or 7:30.
That's right, and they made pizza last night. So I was in the ASD classroom at 7:30 last night. We were making, pizzadillas.
Okay.
Pizzadillas. So they had a class at 7 o'clock last night.
Ooh, because Khalees is my nephew's girlfriend.
Okay.
So she was telling me, and there's a lot of people don't realize, they think it's the 8:30 to 3:30, but no, it's I find it's like 8:30 to 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. It's a lot of work, and you're planning because people are doing a lot of research. Remember, we're most of the supplies.
Yep.
Right.
Behind me there, right?
Yes.
Right, because we didn't have the opportunity to say, let's prepare for this. We're going to put this
together. Let me grab all my stuff because I don't know how.
Right.
That didn't happen.
Right. Right.
But I'm just very, very proud of them all. Can I just call them all by name?
Go ahead. You have your list?
I have a lot of staff, I'm going to do it real fast. So I'm doing a shout out to Tamara Adderley, Charlene Anglade, Miss Akinia Popa. Let me not say the first names because some of the children might not know. I'm getting to last names now. Okay, Miss Augustus, Miss Bailey, Mr. Bassett, Mr. Bean, Miss Bean, Miss Burgess, Miss Burgesson, Miss Campbell, Miss Clark, Mr. Critchlow. We have Miss Daniels, Miss Darrow, Miss Davis, Miss Danbrook, Mr. DeShields, Miss DeSilva, Miss Doyle, Miss Dublin. We have Miss Spencer, Miss Stafford, Miss Steed, Miss Swan, Miss Todd, Miss Trott, Miss Tucker, Miss Al Tucker, Miss S. Tucker. We have Miss Torini, Miss Wade Frey, Miss Wainwright, Miss Washington, Miss Webb, Miss Wilson, Miss Witter, Miss two Witters, C. Witter and T. Witter. We have Mr. Wolf. We have Miss Tear. We have Miss Richardson. We have, who else do I have? Wait a minute. Miss Dunn, Miss Ferguson, Miss Frith, Miss Gibbons, Miss Green, Miss Hamilton, Miss Hartman, Mr. Hill, Miss Hines. Mr. Hill, can I just say something about Mr. Hill? Mr. Hill was embodied by the regiment, but was still coming on and doing his classes.
Wow.
Got his sergeant or whoever to put him on nights. So he was working to some hour in the morning, but still getting up and coming on and doing his remote classes with his students. That's not commitment, you guys. That's commitment.
That's commitment. Yes, yes.
Okay. We have Miss Hines, Miss Hollis, Miss Jackson, Mr. Joe, Miss Joins, Miss Lee, Miss Lightborn, Miss Lister, Mr. Maroney, Miss Maxwell, Miss Murdoch, Mr. Connor, Miss Patterson, Dr. Postlewaite, Miss Reed, Miss Rigo, Miss Richards, Miss Robinson, Miss Ann Robinson, Mr. Q Robinson, and Miss T Robinson. We have Miss Simmons, we have Miss Simmons Bean, we have Miss Janelle Smith. Dellwood family, Dellwood faculty, Dellwood staff, I love you, I appreciate you, and I wish that we were together so I could do more for you during this particular week. But please know that everything that you do on a daily basis for our children does not go unnoticed. And you are certainly appreciated. I am proud of you. I am so thankful that I can call you my staff. I love you and thank you very much for all that you do.
Awesome. And you know, every single time I just love what Dellwood does. So you just,
we're tight.
Right. Leave with that. I can't even think of what it is. You say something on a regular at the end of whoop whoop something. What is it?
Whoop whoop whoop. Celebrate. Whoop whoop.
Yes, yes.
That's our little theme. You don't look well. Layla, it's so nice to see you.
It's good to see you. You know, I'm trying to stop myself. I'm calling you your first name, right? I'm trying not to get too familiar.
That was funny because I had to type E and Mrs. at the beginning, but all my students did my first name. They all know my first name. I always tell them, you don't want to meet Tina.
See? We want to thank you for coming on. Any closing
Thank you so much for having us, for allowing me to come on, for begging.
Oh, right. I got you. Excellent. Continue to do the good job, the great job you are doing up there at Dellwood Middle School. We look forward to seeing you. You have the van. I was driving in a neighborhood and I was only going to turn around. And I'm like, what was Dellwood? Excellent. So that took a lot of work on the part of your school and those in charge of that. So just
that's right. That was a family fundraiser. The students worked hard, the staff worked hard, and that just shows you guys there's money out there. We begged, but you know, we put it out there and we just did what we had to do. We have a lot to do, and we had children. We have dual enrollment. We had to transport children to Cedar Bridge. This year we got to transport children to Berkeley. We do programs at Government House, at what's that place up the country there?
Best Meat? Is it Best Meat?
Not Best Meat. What they play? Why isn't the name just going from my head? Anyway, you know where they do these.
Windreach. You talking about Windreach?
Windreach, yes, that's it. Windreach. So we just Tulo Valley. We just have students that were having to go everywhere, and you know, you just wanted them. We just needed something. I said, you know what? It's actually one of our substitute teachers, Miss Lindsay Simmons, who's a staple at Dellwood Middle, and she said, let's raise money and get a van. I said, is that easy? She said, let's make it happen. So not only did we raise money, but we had our community partners who were able to offer the students gifts. So the students that got raised like over $2,000 got flat screen TVs, and you know, the more money that you raise, the got iPhones. If you raise like 7,000, and our community partners, I have to say, you know, we just did what we had to do and made it happen. So
excellent. Yeah. Congratulations, Mrs.
Thank
Tina
you.
Duke from Dellwood Middle School.
Thank you for having me. Whoop, whoop.
All right.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes.
No problem. I'll see you guys soon. Stay safe.
Yes.
And thank you for all that you do on Teacher Talk. Thank you for highlighting what it is that we do.
Awesome. Awesome. And go home. See, you're just still sitting up.
No, I'm getting back to the PTSA meeting. I had to leave. Now I'm getting back to the PTSA meeting. I tell them to stream into YouTube so they can watch me.
They can watch you. Okay. All right. Take care, Mrs. Duke.
All right. Talk to you soon.
All right. Yes.
Hey, take care.
Michelle, principals are coming on, celebrating their teachers. We see a lot of teachers are doing awesome things, and even
and working very hard as well.
Outside of the traditional 8:30 to 3:30.
Yeah.
You know, we have Kelly Baxter Williams coming on in 3 more minutes. She should be coming on to give a shout out at 6:30. We have Mr. Kenneth Caesar from Cedar Ridge Academy, but we see Kelly Baxter Williams is coming on. All the way from Sand Secondary Middle School. Mrs. Baxter Williams, how are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. I guess
good.
It's excellent. So you fixed the problem, or the problem worked itself out.
Yes. It's a pleasure to be here. How are you, Miss Layla?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
You are very
no problem at all.
Sand Secondary Middle School Principal, Mrs. Kelly Baxter Williams. Welcome to Teacher Talk.
Thank you. Thank you.
Teacher Appreciation Week.
Indeed. And I just want to say a huge shout out and thank you to the teachers at Sand Secondary Middle School, to the family at Sand Secondary Middle School. During this time, everyone's come together as a team. We're always a team, but you even see it more and more each and every day. Each week we go through remote learning, we make preparations and everything that we're doing to try to meet the needs of our family.
Excellent. And you are all the way up there in Somerset. You know, you have blue, and I'm not sure what the other color is, but I know it's something with blue.
That would be red, Mr. Ferg.
Oh, red. Oh, that red is like the blood of
blue
Jesus.
and red.
Excellent. So how are you doing as you're in the acting position up there as principal? How are you making out, you know, of your well-being? We know there's a lot on your shoulders as principal, more so in the acting capacity. How are you making out during this COVID virus shelter in place, quarantine, all of that? How are you making out?
I'm doing good, thank you. I'm doing good, but you know what? It's all thank you to the teachers and even my family. You know, everybody just coming together during this time. It's amazing how when it's, you know, you can really see the Bermudian way, right? When you see we're going through times like this and everyone just pulls together to make things happen.
Yes, pulling together, make things happen. And it's nice when we see that happening.
Indeed.
Excellent. So yes, Sand Secondary Middle, that's way out of my reach.
The island's only 21 miles, Mr. Dean.
Right, and it should be somewhere I venture to all the time. I know Nick Kinji up there teaching business studies.
Yes.
And all the wonderful things up there. But we want to thank you for coming on to appreciate just your teachers. All the best to you. Stay safe, you know, and also just rejuvenate yourself, as I'm sure you're telling your staff and your students.
Thank you. And I just like Principal Duke was saying, you know, it's a humbling experience to work at a school with so many magnificent teachers and family members, right from the parents, the students, the board, the whole family at Sands. I just want to, you know, it is like Principal Duke said, it's humbling to be able to work with such a great group of phenomenal people. And I can't express enough how grateful and appreciative I am. They're on the front line, like everyone's saying, you know, and they're really giving their all. You know, I'm having WhatsApp conversations 6 o'clock in the morning, you know, teachers are doing constant trainings, trying to make some wonderful things happen virtually. And, you know, we're constantly going, but at the end of the day, if we can say that those that we are here for, which is the children, are being successful, then, you know, we're doing the right thing. And that's what it's all about.
Excellent. Thank you, Mrs. Baxter Williams. And we're now seeing why Z is the last letter in the alphabet with this Zoom and everything. And it's oh, you're just in your house, you know, sign on. Here's my number. Let's have a meeting. I'm like, I've been in 4 already.
Yes.
So yes, all the best once again. And thank you for coming on Teacher Talk Live on Facebook.
Thank you so much.
Excellent.
Blessings to you all. Be safe, be well.
Yes.
Once again, thank you all. Thank you, Sands family. Thank you, educators.
Awesome.
Parents, be blessed.
Be blessed. Michelle, we have our teachers, our principals coming on, and shout out to their staff. I have some who have sent me WhatsApp messages. I'm sitting here trying to formulate them and all of this wonderfulness. So it's very interesting. I'm loving this format, as I mentioned before. I love it. It's relaxing. And tonight I'm a little bit more relaxed, Michelle. Did you notice? I still have the background on.
You do. It's not distracting you as much.
It's not. I took the headset off. And thing. Do we have anything to say or not to say? I need to start.
Not this week. We'll start that next week.
Yes, and that's a segment I personally love. But how are you making out? We didn't get a chance to talk earlier. I'm
doing good. It was a good day. We are on during our double period with our students. We're not limited to our double period, but we definitely have our live sessions during our double period. So I had 2, and then I also had the S2s have their assemblies on Thursday. So we had an assembly today. We use the Google Meet platform. We don't use the Zoom platform. We use the Google platform. So we had an assembly today. And like I said earlier, I had to end class a little earlier this afternoon due to the thunderstorm, because I didn't want students to be on their electronic devices during a thunderstorm. So we ended it a little earlier this afternoon. And in typical Bermuda fashion, what happens? About 5 minutes later, the sun is out.
The sun is, yes. So the children were like, oh, great job, God, great job. Came right on time. Right on time. But
so it was a good day today.
Excellent. It is now 6:19. At 6:30, as I mentioned, we will have Mr. Kenneth Caesar from Cedar Bridge Academy, but I have a voice note. I'm going to play it to see how it can work. Let's see it working, Michelle.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let's hear it, and then you can give me some indications.
Hello, Mr. Fogo. It's Mrs. Weeks, the acting principal at the Harrington Sound Primary School. I just want to give a shout out to my staff at the Harrington Sound Primary School. I would like to start with the custodial staff and tell Mr. Talbot and Mr. Wilson that I appreciate all of their hard work. They go in on a daily basis and they work tirelessly. Whenever you see them, they're wiping things down and they're ensuring that every nook and cranny is sanitized. So I want to thank them first and foremost for all of their hard work, because it's not easy. It hasn't been easy for them. But despite it all, they are thrown into the fire. Despite it all, they're working very hard. So I want to tell them thank you. I appreciate them and the work that they are doing and will continue to do. I also want to thank my entire staff for all of their efforts. The teachers are working hard with the remote learning. And for those teachers that perhaps don't have immediate access, they're working very hard using other methods like Study Ladder, Google Classroom, Class Dojo. There's a lot of great things going on and children are enjoying it. Learning is continuing. Yes, it is. I am just appreciative. These are unprecedented times. And despite all, it is good to see that the teachers are putting the effort in. I also want to say a special thank you to my auxiliary staff, and that would be the counselor, the education therapist, so the counselor, Dr. Bean, the educational therapist, Ms. Brenda Smith. I also want to give a special thank you to the DOE person who is stationed at our school, but she works systemically, and that's Dr. Melissa Gibbons-Tankard, and all of the hard work they have done working with the students on the other side of academics, ensuring that, from that social standpoint, the mental standpoint, that children are not stressed, that parents as well have an outlet. And I just appreciate all of the work that they have done in putting together material to go home to parents, go home to students. We have a special staff at Harrington Sound Primary School, and each and every one of them in their role have come together, shown that teamwork, shown that support of one another and of their students and parents. So I just wanted to say thank you to them.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you,
Thank you.
Teacher Talk, giving me the opportunity. So you guys have a good evening. And to my principal colleagues, I want to say to them, continue on. I know for us, it becomes very challenging as well. And sometimes people don't realize how much work goes into the administrative part of a school. But I want to say to my principal colleagues, thank you so much for all that you do, because it's not easy.
Well,
thank you, Mr. Fogo.
You are
Teacher
welcome.
Talk.
And thank you
have a great evening.
Calling in. Thank you for calling in. Accent Harrington Sound Primary, Michelle, Principal Weeks. Excellent, Principal Weeks.
Yeah, you know what? You're doing what I tend to do now. If there's an extra long like voice note, I tend to reply to it as if I'm talking to the person. And I noticed that that's what you were doing. It was actually, so you're like, yeah, thank you. Like I'm like, Dean, no, you're not talking to. It's a voice note. So I totally understand. I've been doing that a lot lately.
You saw me doing that, and I was like, oh, right.
Yes, you were responding. And I told you that's what I do sometimes too.
Yes, you mentioned it last time.
You tend to forget that it's a voice note.
I forget, but it's I do appreciate the principals calling. A lot of principals, as we mentioned, they have the PTSA meetings, and people don't realize that on Zoom, Google Meet, there are still meetings going on. Today I had about 4 of them. I'm doing so much more work. I am actually going to I was just going to say the permanent secretary is not listening, but I hope she gets the video. I want to be the first virtual online business studies teacher. I will teach all who come to the classroom. So I am ready, I am willing, and I am excited about that. Well, Michelle, at 6:30, we are going to have the principal of Cedar Ridge Academy come on. It's going to be our last principal, but Holly Richardson from Prospect Primary. I have their video ready, but I'm going to play their her message right now. And let's see if I can do some editing, Michelle. I have it written down here. Oh, that's the same one I played just now. So let's do that if I can find it. It's amazing how these things just go when you want them, So how,
So how was your day as you're trying to figure it out? How was your day today? Can you do 2 things at once or 3 things at once?
My day was good, but I found it.
Okay.
Yeah, I found it.
Good afternoon, Mr. Fogo. This is Holly Richardson calling, the principal, I should say, sending a message, the principal from Prospect Primary School. I understand that you're going to be doing some shout outs to our teachers today, and I just want to say, even though I am Zoomed to the max, I am zoomed out, I am grateful and thankful for all of the work that they have been doing. They deserve not just to be recognized during this week, which is Teacher Appreciation Week, but always. And I just want them to know that I, as well as the rest of our school family, appreciate all that they do as teachers and to lead and to guide our young people. So I just want to say thank you to the teachers at Prospect Primary School. And I want to thank you also, Mr. Fogo, for taking the time.
She is so nice that she wants to thank me, Michelle. Let me see if I can get the 8 seconds. I have it right here. Start at 8 seconds.
It's making a whole lot of noise. But I just wanted to say thank you to the teachers, and not just at Prospect Primary School, but all teachers. I just want to recognize them for the hard work that they do. Thank you so much. And thank you to you.
Yes, yes. Thank you for calling. You see, I did it again, I'm so used to the third calls coming in. I was thinking it was a third call. But yes, that was Holly Richardson from Prospect Primary calling to shout out to her teachers and all the wonderful things that are going on at It's 6:27, 3 more minutes, and we will have your principal, Michelle, your principal up there at Cedar Bridge Academy. Remember, I was there at Cedar Bridge Academy. And you know what, Michelle? I found the school song video, and I played it, and I sang the song. I still remember the song.
You want to break out a song right now, don't you?
I do, but I'm not. I do, but I'm not. I'm going to look to make sure I close off all of these videos. You know, because you know I had everything ready. I have Cedar Bridge. Ooh, can't have that. Mary had a little lamb. Because Cedar Bridge's one is not on YouTube. So I think it's on Facebook. Their video is on Facebook, from the teachers. Yes, you know what? I forgot about that. And I see it now. Thank you. You know, what I love about this medium, Michelle, we can talk to each other via the chat, but it hasn't kicked in yet that you may have sent me a message on chat, and I'm just looking now. But I'm enjoying myself. Michelle, today is Thursday. It is our Thursday trivia at 3. We have our trivia with our students at 3 p.m. We asked the teachers for pictures. First, it was pictures of themselves as babies, then pictures of themselves in a school setting, and then their pets. So today's trivia was teachers' pets. So what I do, I have them at 3. The first person who arrives gives me a topic, and then I go on to quizizz.com, and I put that up and have everyone come in and play that. After that, whoever wins the challenge, they choose. And then at 3:40, I will put on the teachers challenge, and they know that that is the end of it all. They know that it's the end of it all. Mr. Caesar, you're looking a little bit like me, or should I be looking like you?
How about we look the same?
We look the same. There you go. Hopefully there's a different stress level, because I know mine's is stressful. Yours must be to the hilt as principal up there at Cedar Bridge Academy. So good evening. Welcome to Teacher Talk.
Good evening. Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
Yes, yes, yes. I need to get your video ready, but you know, I don't want to put it on now because it's on Facebook, and you know how people put stuff on Facebook. So I don't want to. Let me try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. This is not my. Let's not share. It didn't go to the page. Okay, let me click off of that one. Let me click out of that one. That was the one, Michelle, I was looking for to make sure that we were actually online. So I have the right one now. So let's do that, and let's play Cedar Bridge Academy.
Some of us are red house and some of us are blue house. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because we're all CBA family. CBA family, we miss you and we can't wait to see you.
Times in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother. Just call on me, brother. Just call on me, brother. When you need a hand, we all call on me, brother. Just call on me, brother. Just call on me, brother. When you need a hand.
Yeah, you know the vibes, I'm by your side. They say it's war, I'm down to ride. That lion pride, I got your back like you got mine. Through the hardest time, I'm so amazed we in this maze. That God is design. It's all the line, it's all divine. The joy and pain, the sun will shine 100 times. Enjoy the rain. It's sort of strange, but I feel blessed. When I should have been real stressed, it was designed to define a real test. It'll be fine, just keep climbing the hill. Gets little rough at the top, but never buckle and stop. Cause when you down and you out, that's when they mumble and plot. Ain't no confident growth, that's when they come for your spot. Whether you love me or not, I gotta provide for what's mine and honor the system, assisting those who desire my time. My soul, heart, and my mind, my blood, brother, my kind. Lean on me if you need me, everything gon' be fine.
When you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother. Just call on me, brother. Just call on me, brother. When you need a hand, we all call on me, brother. Just call on me, brother. Just call on me, brother. When you need a hand.
Break it down.
Oh, this is for my brother. I love you like no other. Ooh, no matter what you're going through, lean on me. I'll be there for you. Ooh, I love you, Andre. Yeah, we all love you.
CB. All right, Cedar Bridge will bounce back from that. I had to bounce back just now because that just right there. I'm sorry, how is you? I gotta collect myself. Mr. Caesar, you are acting principal up there at Cedar Bridge Academy, one of our senior schools here in Bermuda. Awesome, students of excellence. Your theme is excellence all around. I guess you couldn't even get away from that.
No, not at all.
Okay, we're gonna do mediocre this year. I'm gonna give you M&Ms. No, that you wouldn't be able to live, correct? So how are you making out, Mr. Caesar? Up there, Cedar Bridge Academy. You have your teachers as Teacher Appreciation Week. You put out that video for a message. Now you're here on Teacher Talk.
Yes, so Mr. Fogo, thank you. And, you know, I had to go through great lengths to get to be on Teacher Talk this evening because in actuality, I was actually in a parent session. We are doing a virtual parent session right now so that our parents can learn how to use our Google Classroom platform. However, I had to step up because it's important that I get on Teacher Talk to really celebrate the phenomenal teachers that we have at Cedar Bridge Academy. The staff at Cedar Bridge Academy have gone above and beyond during this time period. I am elated and very privileged and honored to work with a group of people who are just enthusiastic and they're making learning happen, whether we're in the building, no matter where our students are right now, they are learning. And I am so indebted to the staff at Cedar Bridge Academy. The motto at Cedar Bridge Academy, we say at Cedar Bridge Academy, where excellence is valued, we cultivate Bermuda's achievers. And what I can say 100% is that our staff recognizes that we have to cultivate Bermuda's young people regardless of the situation. And for the past 6 weeks, I believe, I have seen an enthusiastic group of people who have come together to ensure that our young people can continue to learn. So I really want to, you know, celebrate the awesome, phenomenal, I can go on and on with the words that I can use for the staff at Cedar Bridge Academy. You are big time.
Awesome. I see Miss Richards still there, some way, some form. Got you.
Forever.
Yeah, forever and ever, right? It's a big part of it. You are one of the principals for our Bermuda Public School system. Our students are going on to college. It's a time where we have graduation. It's a momentous time. We have prom. I am Mr. I haven't been there since 2015. I still think I am Mr. Cedarbridge. There's Mr. and Miss Cedarbridge. There's all of those wonderful things. I know for me, it's very stressful because I'm like, oh my gosh, I just live for this time. How are you making out? How are your students making out? Teachers making out with I'm sure it's going to have to be something done that's different.
Yeah, so during this time, it's a very unfortunate time for any S4 student who have worked hard, and the big thing is to walk across that stage. And I just want to let our S4 students know, we don't know the guidelines or the restrictions, but what I would guarantee you, you will walk across the stage of Cedarbridge Academy. If it's not in June, we will find a time, an appropriate time, in which all of you can come back together and you will walk across the stage. For our S4 students, graduation is a rite of passage. It takes them from moving from one stage of life to the next stage. Some of them would go to college, some of them would go into the work world and become professionals, but that rite of passage will happen at Cedarbridge Academy. And I do recognize it's a stressful time. It's a time in which we are still trying to move forward and educate our young people. But no matter what happens in life, it's all about how we look at it. And if we really step back and look at it, we can make the best out of this situation. Our young people, our S4 students, they would have a story that no other young people would have for a long time. So what we need to do is for them to really sit back, continue to work hard, but I guarantee you, we will celebrate you and we'll make sure we have a big celebration for you when the time permits.
Excellent. That sounds exciting because I remember the graduations. I remember the proms. I remember all those wonderful activities up there. We've been asking the principals how they are making out. I know there's a push or there's a keen eye on the wellness of the students and the teachers, but how are you making out as a principal during this very tough time, as you mentioned?
So for me personally, just let me say, again, I have to thank the team at Cedarbridge Academy. I have a phenomenal leadership team. I have a phenomenal department heads, instructional leaders, teachers, paraeducators. I can go on and on and on. I think as far as that's concerned, because of the team that we have at Cedarbridge, is able to allow me to, be more effective as what I do. As far as how I'm making out, I just look at life this way. The only thing I can do is do my best every day. So every day I wake up and every day I get up, and as long as I'm doing my best, I'm going to be okay. I feel as if working remotely is a lot more than actually being in the building, because we're going around the clock. My cell phone doesn't stop. It's up at 5 in the morning, shutting down at 10 at night. But, again, this is something that I enjoy doing, and I make sure, but I do make sure that I at least get my a walk once a day. I make sure I take time out just to sit there and meditate and make sure that my mind's right. And, so I do ensure that I do take some time out for myself. But I just want to make the best of this experience. When it's all said and done, I want everyone to feel as if we made it through. And this is going to make us better people as we move forward. So I just want to play my role in doing that. And in doing that, take care of myself first so I can be ready to help others.
That's right. So you can be strong and ready to help others. That's right. Up there at Cedarbridge Academy on the hill, where, like you said, where excellence is valued, you cultivate Bermuda's achievers. I was singing this school song earlier, and I still remember, Cedarbridge has been blessed.
I knew you couldn't resist it, Dean. You had to you had to do it.
Yes, I have. It is ingrained. I was up there, 13 and a half years. It is ingrained in my psyche. I have to I still have, when I want to say, because Clearwater, C, Cedarbridge Academy, C. So I have to basically stop before I call the name of the school that I'm at, because there are times I've said Cedarbridge, You know, I still say that, but I'm trying.
And
Mr. Caesar.
and can I say something? And of course, you know, I have to say we have one of our teachers of excellence right here with you this evening. So, you know, it's all Cedar Bridge. We're making it happen.
I have to share this, that that Cedar Bridge, under the leadership of Mr. Caesar, he's not one that likes to take a lot of accolades, but we started training for this whole Google platform last school year. So we had started not realizing that we would have to put this into full effect this school year. So what I have to say, through his vision, introducing us to the Google platform, that we seem to be a little further ahead than most, but you know, it's been a very, very interesting experience. It has been a steep learning curve for many of us, but I would have to say, and I have to concur with Mr. Caesar, that you know what, the staff of Cedar Bridge Academy, they are doing a stellar job.
Excellent. Oh, and you see, he didn't respond. He didn't.
I told you, Mr. Caesar is doing a stellar job. It's not an easy feat being the principal of Cedar Bridge Academy. Mr. Caesar, thank you very much. It was, you know, we had the Principal Appreciation Week day last week, and I just want to say, as a member of your staff, thank you very much for all the things that you do. And the other thing I would like to tell everyone about Mr. Caesar is he tells us that we need to take care of ourselves as well. And he means it. The whole wellness, taking care of ourselves, because if we don't take care of ourselves, we are no good to anyone else. That is our family, that is our friends, our colleagues, and our students.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Caesar. Any closing words?
No, you know, again, I just want to say thank you to the teachers of Cedar Bridge Academy. And, you know, at this point, I just want to really thank all of the teachers in Bermuda, because I know that no matter what times we're in, it's just glad to know that young people are still able to learn. And we know that we will be making our impact on the future. And that's what we're here to do every day.
All right, excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Excellence is in the house, Michelle. Cedar Bridge Academy. Thank you, Mr. Caesar.
Thank you, Mrs. Caesar.
We're going to have to call you.
No problem. Thank you.
Excellent. Take
care.
Michelle,
okay, thank you.
We're going to have students from the class of 2020 from Cedar Bridge Academy next week, Thursday. Mrs. Denise Weeks-Burke will bring along some of our students along. I believe the current Mr. and Miss Cedar Bridge Academy. And, you know, I was just overjoyed. That's right. She is going to come along, but we have some people on Facebook. Alan Kate Horton is on Facebook. You know, I just love Miss Horton. And I left the rail up here. I didn't know which side it's on. My hands are not even showing. And I'm trying to touch the rail, but my hands are not showing. Clindell Lowe, we want to shout out to her. Kathy Dow Hayward Ming is online. Robin Mason, all the way from UK. Robin, how are you? Shout out to Yakisha Ware down there at Clearwater Middle School. This Zoomology is the time right now. The time is now to adapt, reflect, recalibrate, and reposition ourselves to continue educating our children. Yes, yes, yes. We also have Cornell Brad Bailey on, Georgina Tucker. How are you? Melanie Burrows up there from Cedar Bridge Academy. The PTSA president from Clearwater Middle School, Ms. Nakisha Burgess in the room. Of course, I was going to say Dean Fogo, but I forgot. That is me. So yes, 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 we have a few people there on Facebook listening and watching on this Facebook Live. I'm loving this platform. I just want to give my personal shout out to all the teachers who work hard on a regular basis, who are going above and beyond, who are stepping out sometimes of their areas. They are doing so much more. As many have said, this Zoomology is a whole new platform that you have to get used to. It's a steep learning curve. Some jumped in head first. That was me and some others. Some, took a little pushing, but it is an arena that I am finding to be very, very, very exciting, and I love it. I love it. As I mentioned earlier, Michelle, I'm going to put in the application for the first Zoom online business studies teacher. I will teach, it don't have to be no 18 students, put all 100 in there, and I'll teach them all business, and I'll have them all learning as much as they can. This avenue is fine. Just let me go to school like maybe Mondays for assembly. Maybe Mondays for assembly. So what about you, Michelle? We're in our closing moments. I didn't tell you, Michelle, I will be online being interviewed on an international program right on Facebook.
So you're keeping
Live.
secrets from us, Dean.
Yeah,
You never
yes.
said anything about that.
Yes, I will be in. The show is the Joy Show. It's talking about joy in the midst of struggle, joy in the midst of this pandemic, how you are adjusting to that. And I am, was invited on. They know about Teacher Talk. They saw us online and they contacted me and they wanted to have a conversation. I am so excited. Can you believe that?
No, because you didn't tell me.
Do you remember Stephanie Castro?
Oh, yes, I remember Stephanie Castro.
Yeah, she was the English
For
teacher.
a brief moment, we were colleagues at Cedar Ridge Academy.
Cedar Ridge Academy.
That's when I was at Cedar Ridge the first time.
Yes, she does show, the Joy Show. It comes on at 9 p.m. our time, 8 p.m.
Yes.
her time, and she's invited me on to be her guest.
That's
so
wonderful.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you have to, man, next week, Tuesday, you have to tell us all about it.
Yes, I must do that.
But also tell people how they could see it in real time as well.
Yes.
Like what platform is it?
It's Facebook Live. The platform tonight is Facebook Live at 9 p.m. If you just go on Facebook, The Joy Show,
Okay.
Castro, or if you go on her Facebook page, you can get the link to her Joy Show, and we will be on having a good time. I told her, please do not make me cry, because if I go into my emotions thinking about how I've survived, how I received joy during this time, I don't want to get on live TV, because you know how I get sometimes. I get on and I totally forget.
Well, you just have to remember to breathe.
You know, and I breathed tonight, didn't you know? Did you know?
Yeah, you need to breathe. Just breathe. Make sure that before you answer a question, you take a breath.
Yes, and not just jump in all excited.
Right.
Yeah, today, Michelle,
You'll be good. You'll be good.
Today I had my business studies M3 class. We are doing project-based learning, and the project is all about healthy eating, making wise choices, changing your eating habit. So I likened it to the consumer price index, looking at the cost of items, looking at how your shopping is going to change based on your health. And there are things that you're not going to eat. And when you do that, there are some items, essential items, that are, or I should say, some items that are going to cost more so based on all of that. And then in the future, in the very near future, we are going to have to basically cut back on so much and come up with a plan of what we are going to eat. Next week, my plan, Michelle, and don't tell anyone, don't tell any of my staff, I'm planning on being a chef. They are going to come in, I'm going to be in the kitchen. I am going to have a—
Oh, really?
Yes, I am going to have a 3-course or 5-course meal just laid out. And I'm going to say, this is pre-COVID-19 eating. But today on Cook With Me, with Mr. Fogo, we are going to eat what Mr. Fogo ate when he was younger and when times were tough. So I am asking all of you who are listening, if you can just send a comment on Facebook Live right now and talk about what you used to eat back in the day. I remember Spam. I remember grated cheese sandwiches. I remember I remembered mayonnaise sandwich. There's weenie bean, what is weenie wieners thing is they call? Real small thing, put some mayonnaise in that and mix
You
it
know
up.
what, Vienna sausages?
Vienna sausages, you have your potted
Right.
meat. So I am going to cook all of that. I'm gonna prep them and act like I'm gonna cook this fancy meal that I have in front of me. But I need some ideas because I want a 5-course.
Are you going to fry the Spam?
The Spam, I'm going to, well, look, I have a class at 9 o'clock and then I have a class at 10 o'clock. So I really have to plan this. I have to have things cooking already. I have to have things in maybe 2 pans. I am going to do all of that. Beans, hello, Shona Henry. Beans, rice, and hash cakes. Yes, I am going to have to do hash cakes and all of that. Hot dogs and baked beans. I remember all those meals. And there are times we have to let our young people know that we have been there before. We will come through this, as Gilbert Institute's song said, it will get better. It may be harder for a little time or a little different, but it is going to get better. So they will be Chef Fogo, Cook Like Me, the COVID virus effect of how I eat or how we can eat. I am going to go back and cook all of those things. And can you imagine, I'm going to start with the mayonnaise sandwich. I'm going to cut it up, make it look pretty, take off the crust, and then I can talk about how we can use the crust for bread pudding. I'm going to have to go buy a piece of bread pudding and then act like I cooked it, like have all the cooked food. I'm going down my church. We have 2 ovens, so one oven's going to have all the cooked food. They're not going to see me pull it out, but I'm going to say, put a sign up like 30 minutes later or something like that. I'm going to really be this chef and try to encourage them to eat healthy. Someone, Alan Kate Horton asked, did you ever have white tea, or was that before my time? I think it was before my time. I didn't. I know my mom had Father John. You boil up the Father John. I also want to go out into the field and pick things that are out there that we can use. The Father John, the stingle nettle, if I can find any. We have aloe in our yard. We can make up the aloe. Michelle, I love you for that. But family, we have come to the end of another program. We hope that something we have said will have you thinking until we are back here again, have you talking until we are back here again on Facebook Live. But until then, have a good night and encourage our young people to listen.
When a teacher talks.
That's right, Teacher Talk Live.